So, JUCK over.
We cannot allow everything to be stripped away from us because they change the formats around us, the traditions, the stadiums, the uniforms, the rivalries. We allow them to devalue it. We lose a lot of what makes college football special. Don't let them do it. Don't let them devalue what it means to you. I don't know. Maybe it's just my age. And welcome into JUCK on Bucks for a Tuesday morning update. We had what was widely considered the best in-state offensive line class in 2026 that we've had in forever. The best offensive lines at Ohio State have always been littered with Ohio linemen. And we had what we were calling here on the show the Big Four in this class of 2026. And that consisted of Will Conroy from St. Ignatius, Max Riley from Avon, Sam Greer from Hoban, and Adam Guthrie from Miami Trace. But recently, it had become the Big Five, as Ben Conden from Tuscarawas Valley — I always have problems saying Tuscarawas. We'll just call it Tusky. Ben Conden from Tusky Valley had entered that fray as kind of that fifth guy. And new offensive line coach Tyler Bowen had made contact with him, had not yet offered him. But when we talk about these guys, these five guys, you've got, obviously, tackle bodies have been the issue in the Ohio State offensive line room. Just haven't had enough quality ones. We saw three exit out with Miles Walker, Zen Mahalski, and we saw three exit out just in the portal just now. And with Sam Greer at Hoban, you got a 6'8" true tackle. Adam Guthrie, a 6'7" true tackle. Ben Congdon was standing with Adam Guthrie at the national championship parade, and he's a little taller. So a true tackle. Then Max Riley, 6'5", Will Conroy, 6'3". Well, Will Conroy has since transferred down to IMG, but he committed to Oklahoma. Then you've got Adam Guthrie, hasn't narrowed down his list, but he's very big in on Clemson. Max Riley is down to Ohio State and Clemson, and he would have committed already, but he has given Ohio State more time to kind of, get acclimated, get things together, and develop a relationship with new offensive line coach Tyler Bowen and his support staff. And then you got Ben Congdon. Now, I talked to Ben Congdon on Thursday, and Ben Congdon, who's again been rising up the ranks here. I want to pull up his most recent rankings here. He's actually surged at on three up to the 177th player in the country, above Adam Guthrie even. And Ben was in Miami. He was going down this weekend for a visit at Miami, and he got a hold of me Saturday night at 10:45 to shoot our segment. It's a little late for your boy. I had to push that off. It's a little late. I'm getting a little older. So we didn't shoot, but I woke up this morning to see that our guy Ben Congdon has committed to Miami, which is just anywhere but the U, man. But honestly, there's a lot to offer. There's a lot to offer an Ohio kid in the middle of winter when you're down in Miami. But when you look at this, if Tyler Bowen wants to get himself back in on this, I think he can. Like I said, he has not offered yet. He's made contact. And it's going to be a pretty tough pull, though, if he wants to flip him, because Mario Cristobal, one of the few big-time coaches of a big-time program that is an offensive lineman. He was a great offensive lineman. Was an offensive line coach, and his offensive line coach at Miami, Alex Maribel, a really highly respected offensive line coach. So Ben committed there, and now you've essentially just got three left on the board of these Ohio linemen. But when we look forward to the momentum in this offensive line class of 2026, the guys that Tyler Bowen is in on, the gusto that he's approaching this with, he's just doing great. The whole attitude, the whole tone and tenor just feels different, and there's just a lot of excitement. The support staff as well, I love it. I love Marcus Johnson. I love Charlie Dickey. Marcus Johnson was the offensive line coach at Purdue. Now, he was the first guy that ever offered Adam Guthrie a Power 4 offer when he was at Purdue. And that's something that, Guthrie has a great relationship with him. So that certainly helps with that. When we look at the big guys out there. He's taken his big swings with Jackson Cantwell. And most recently, one of the biggest developments here in the rankings is that Felix Ojo, one of the guys that the Buckeyes are in on pretty heavily out of Texas. Matter of fact, it's thought that Texas and Ohio State are his top two schools right now. Well, Felix Ojo has just gotten in the latest rankings a big bump to a 5-star top 10 overall player in the country. So this could potentially be that big whale that Ohio State's always trying to get on the offensive line. This is one that looks like, okay, here's one that might not be the Jackson Cantwell number one guy, not the David Sanders, number one overall guy, but a serious 5-star out-of-state tackle that would make everyone really happy. My honest opinion on that is I don't care. What I care about is him doing his evaluations and getting the guys that he wants. And I love what he's been doing. When we look at his offers, we're talking 5 offers so far. And we've already tied the offers from last year, which is great. And 4 of those 5 guys, we're looking at Idaho, Colorado, up in the Northeast, Massachusetts, and Illinois, and then Arkansas. So 4 guys up here, and then 1 guy down south, which I love. And I actually love the guy down south. I think his film is awesome, Evan Goodwin. So that's what we're looking at. Just wanted to pop in for a quick update. Say hi to you guys this morning as we lose. Yeah, I should have done that interview. I was upstairs and I'm thinking, man, should I go down and just knock this out? Only take 10 minutes. I'm like, But if I'd have done that interview, who knows? Maybe I'll get him on now and we'll ask him, what are you doing, man? We'll do a live and we can tell him, no, this is a mistake. This is a big mistake. No, the kid's awesome. Let me show you this picture of him. I want to show you this picture of him because I am so impressed by this. Now, I love offensive linemen that are wrestlers, right? When you are a wrestler, you understand leverage that translates directly to offensive line that you just, you can't explain unless you've done them both. And when you look at this kid, the amount of mass that he's been able to pack on his body at 17 years old, as long as his limbs are, that is incredibly impressive. Those quads, those arms, like that is an incredibly impressive. You don't ever see kids that age at 6'7" that have that kind of mass. That usually takes years and years of training at a high level strength and conditioning program, not like Oregon's, which puts out 154 pounders into the NFL combine, but like Ohio State's, to get you looking like that. Like, that's an impressive kid. And like I said, shooting up the boards, and I just wish he'd have held off. You know what I mean? But there it is, man. Ben Conden commits to Miami. And that's all I had this morning, guys. I just wanted to pop off. I'm working on some other stuff, and I wanted to pop on and let you guys know what the situation was there. All in all, though, this offensive line class is in great hands. I would love it to have the most Ohio flavor as it can have, because I think he's going to put 6 offensive linemen in this class. So, we still got a good shot at getting 3. And that would be really nice. If you can get Max Riley, if you can get Adam Guthrie, and if you can get Sam Greer, who I think right now is the most likely to be in the class. If I was to pick just one, if you could say, all right, just one out of those 3, I think it's Sam. But if you could get all 3 of those guys, it'd be pretty darn awesome. And the fact that Max Riley postponed his decision to give Ohio State some more time to, have Tyler Bowen get to know him, I think that says a lot. But Clemson's coming hard. Clemson's coming hard in the state of Ohio. And, like we pulled up the other day, you've got all this talent in Ohio. The state is on the come up with talent. And it's the only state in the entire North that was in the top 10 in talent, which is pretty cool. But it also brings the vultures. There's only one big time state school in the state of Ohio, and Ohio is known to not pay a ton for their recruits, which gives them an in. You know what I mean? So Just like Vic Singleton, we see Vic leave the state and go to Illinois. You know, things are different now. Vic Singleton, cornerback out of Toledo Central Catholic, commits to Illinois. And that just kind of blew everybody away. Like, this looked like it was going to be a classic Toledo, Ohio State and Michigan battle for a Toledo kid. And that's what it was looking like. And then the surprise commitment to Illinois. Illinois then grabs Cam Thomas, 4-star offensive linebacker out of Ohio. And it looks like, okay, is Illinois trying to make a move into Ohio? And it's just different, man. It's different times. I'm trying to keep up on it. It's all much more interesting than it used to be. Mika hates Dabo. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you. That's all I got this morning for now. I will talk to you soon. Thanks for stopping in. Jug and Bucks out. I'm a believer that this team's going to win the national championship. But something stupid is coming out of his mouth. I don't know. Maybe it's just my age. He needs his vote pulled immediately. And of course, yes, a season like this has to have a name. Let's talk about something good about Justin Freck. What are you doing? Season of dreams. Ohio State, my guys, are either the best or the second best program in the history of college football. This guy is a bonehead. They love him. I question your judgment as an adult. I really do. I was a total hater. I know that for a fact, and I just don't get it. Get us back our sleeves and say, bring me that. That's the one I want.